Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to Monday Morning Affirmations. I am your host, Stephen Dillard Carroll. This is your affirmation for the week of January 18th, 2021. Happy Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. I tend not to get political on this channel, but Martin Luther King's birthday falling on a Monday, as it always has, at least his birthday observed anyway. It's not political anymore to say Black Lives Matter. It's not political to say anymore to say Black lives have always mattered. It's not political to say Black lives matter today, tomorrow, and for the rest of our lives on this planet. Black lives will always, always matter. And so on my personal Facebook page and on my personal Twitter account, and I'm very politically active that way, but I try to keep that away from my channel simply because that's not what my channel is about. My channel is about affirmation, but if you can't affirm everybody, you can't affirm anybody. And so and that's my take on until all lives matter, no lives matter. And so that's why I say Black Lives Matter. And I don't mind saying that on a day like today, as we celebrate someone who is all about Black Lives Mattering. And in fact, he laid his life down for that very ideal. And so, salute to the King family. Salute to the X family, the Malcolm X family. Salute to the families of the warriors that fell during the civil rights movement. Salute to all of the families of the 6,000 plus people that were lynched in this country until I think the last lynching in this country was in 1985, and that's been in my lifetime. Salute to my ancestors. Salute to my ancestors who wore trees on their backs. Salute to my ancestors who toiled day and night to build this country. Salute to the people who have come before. Your lives mattered. You lived your life so I could live mine in a way that only you could have dreamed of. And so I salute each and every one of my fallen brothers and sisters, my ancestors, my people who have fought on the front lines to demand our rights as a people. And again, once equal rights is achieved by everyone, it means an uplifting of the entire human race. So Black lives will always matter. Happy Martin Luther King birthday to each and every one of you. So let's jump into today's affirmation. It is brought to us by the English Magic Tarot. Yes, the English Magic Tarot. If you like this deck, if you like the imagery on this deck, if it resonates with you, you can find a link down below where you can purchase your own copy of the English Magic Tarot. Down there you'll find a link to my top 10 faves. You'll find a link to 10 different tarot decks that I absolutely love and adore. And while you're down there, you will also find a link to my private practice. I am a psychic by trade. It's what I do for a living. And if you would like a personal reading from me, you can find that link down below where you can book your own appointment with me. So let's jump into today's, before I jump into today's affirmation, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Because when you do those 4 things, like, comment, subscribe, and share, you help. And I appreciate each and every one of your help. We can't do this by ourselves. We are in this together, as has been said many times when it comes to the civil rights movement. If we didn't have white people marching right along with us, we would not have achieved even half of what we did during the civil rights movement and during the Black Lives Matter movement, which is why we need allies. For the Black Lives Matter movement, we need allies. We need white allies. We need allies of every color, of every creed, of every religion, of every sexual orientation, of every gender. We need allies. We cannot do this by ourselves. Same way with anything else in life. If you are doing something good and positive, it's always wise to surround yourself with like-minded people. And so, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. You are helping me out a lot. I really appreciate you. Thank you. So, today's affirmation, or I should say this week's affirmation, is brought to us by the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. I like this interpretation of the Four of Cups. You're surrounding yourself with it's the 4 corners of a room. Emotional stability, knowing what you want and knowing how to get it the right way shows emotional maturity, shows emotional strength, shows emotional growth, and shows emotional evolution. If you can do something and do it the right way, it shows a level of maturity that perhaps other people don't have in spades like you do. So, here we are. Emotional maturity. I've said before on this channel that due to my living circumstance when I was growing up, I had to grow up a lot quicker emotionally than I would have liked to. I was not allowed to necessarily be a child as much as I wanted to be a child. I was forced in a lot of ways to grow up quickly. That had a boomerang effect on me, actually, in my 20s and early 30s. Once I was free from my childhood situation, I kind of rebelled against that. I decided to be that kid that I once was, and even nowadays that tendency to be a grown-up kid comes out in me, and I allow that to be as it will. I will say that for a number of years I was out of control emotionally. Not in a way that would have killed me, but certainly in a way wherein I didn't care as much as I perhaps should have cared. And so I went buck wild for a little while when I came out of the closet. I was sucking so much dick. I was fucking so many people. I was living recklessly in that way. And even today, when every once in a while I'll get a wild hair and decide to go on a sexual rampage and terrorize the streets of Oklahoma City with my horniness. I think that was a rebellion against my upbringing. As I said before, with Adventism, they told the conservative line: sex is not to be participated in outside of the confines of marriage, and marriage is defined as being between a man and a woman. So I rebelled against that notion in a very big way. I left a lot of guys satisfied and empty and free of all of the sperm in their body. And every once in a while I still, terrorize the streets of Oklahoma City in that way. But I have grown a lot in that way too, in that I realize that sex is not, I do not hold my self-worth. I do not bet on how much sex I have to determine what my worth is as a human being. Wherein perhaps in a way before I was. If I wasn't having enough sex, that means that I was a horrible person, that I was not pretty, that I was unlovable. Perhaps it was that for me. In my early 20s, actually my entire 20s, I was on a rampage for a good 10 years. No, 8 years. Anyway, I have since calmed down, and I realize that my worth is wrapped up in a whole lot of different things and not just one thing. So my affirmation for you today is: don't allow yourself to think of your worth as being one thing. Your worth is wrapped up in so many different things. But most of all, your worth is wrapped up in the way that you can unconditionally love each and every person that you come across. Gosh, this could be such a longer video because I could get into some stuff, but that has nothing to do with sex, but it does have to do with unconditionally loving each other, but we are way over time, and so I'm going to have to end this right now, but I encourage you to discover what your worth is outside of one particular thing. And for some people it could be your job, for other people it could be their family, for other people it could be sex, for other people it could be money and power, etc., etc. Your worth is wrapped up in you, period. You are lovable. You are worthy regardless of who you are. If you are taking a breath on this planet right now, you are worthy of unconditional love. Point blank, period. And I hope that you believe that about yourself today. All right, we are way over time. Have a great Monday Have a great week. Happy Martin Luther King Day and Black Lives Matter. Have a great week. I will see you here bright and early next Monday morning. Bye.